Hello and welcome to this edition of On the Scene. I'm your host, Frank Poulin. Today, we're here at the Suffolk Center for the Cultural Arts, and we'll be discussing workshops, camps, and that wonderful production of 42nd Street. Welcome to On the Scene. I'm your host, Frank Poulin, and we're here today at the Suffolk Cultural Arts Center with Ms. Jackie Cherry, Executive Director, and Jody Mazer, Director of Education. And we're in this beautiful room where I see some lovely paintings from local professionals, isn't it?
This is the BB&T Gallery here at the center, one of two that we have. And this particular exhibit is called Still Waters Run Deep, and it's all local artists, as well as some of the models that you see here is from Larry Saint. And hopefully you'll get a shot of many more. On the other side is our feature artist, and that's in the Norfolk Foundation Gallery. And it's an artist from Manio, John Silver, who is well respected in this world. So you have to come and visit the exhibit, which is on through July 29th.
Oh, wow, excellent. And that's just one of the many things going on this summer at the Suffolk Cultural Arts Gallery, correct?
Correct. Jody, who is the educational director here, is in charge of our summer camps, and we've been working with the young audience group out of Norfolk, and this is their second year with them.
It is.
And summer camps start in June?
Yes, our art camp, we have two camps every summer. We have an art camp and a theater camp. The art camp runs June 16th through the 20th, and the theater camp is August 4th through the 9th, that's through the 8th. Bookends, beginning and end of the summer.
Oh, great.
So Young Audiences has been working with us on the camp. They bring in their artists, and we have our local students who are counselors, and we have kids aged 6 through 12 at the camps.
Okay, so is it like a full day camp that they come to? And what are the age groups for this camp?
They're 6 to 12, approximately 6 to 11.
Okay.
And the kids are broken down into smaller groups, so they do more age-appropriate things together. But then they do a lot of things with the whole group.
Okay.
So they get a lot of different experiences with the artists and with the other campers and counselors. So it's a great program.
It's actually so interactive throughout the day, and they come in at 9 o'clock or 8:45, and it goes till 4 o'clock. Lunch is included.
Oh, wow.
The counselors are amazing, and of course it's been proven over and over again. The more interaction with the arts, the better their scholastic academics and so forth are throughout their school year. So it's highly visible, highly interactive and educational, and they don't even know they're learning sometimes.
That's
with
the best
some
part.
of
Right.
it is amazing to see
Yeah.
how they start at the beginning of the week and how they end at the end of the week.
That's true. That's true. It's wonderful, and that's what Young Audiences forte is. They're a national organization, and we work with Young Audiences of Virginia because we're in Virginia. But they're wonderful. They're throughout the state, and they teach through the arts. That's how.
Okay.
And they work with different models to bring all sorts of different things to the kids, many different ways.
It's a balance between education and the arts, and it's all about enjoying and learning.
Yes, so this isn't just sit down and instruction. This is
No.
hands-on, trying to get their
Painting,
creativity
drawing,
going.
yes.
So this way here they can learn through the arts, as you
Yeah,
mentioned.
Absolutely.
They're not even sure that they're learning. They're just having a good time.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
the best way to kind of help kids
Absolutely.
engage and get them sort of that creativity started at the young age. This way here it's a lifelong endeavor with the arts.
Yes, it is. Yes, we're growing our future patrons and our future artists. It's wonderful.
That's
yeah.
excellent. Now, are these large camps? Is there open enrollment? Does enrollment shut down? How does that work?
Yes, we're taking campers now. We've been taking campers for a couple of months, and we will shut down enrollment if we reach our maximum because we do have limited facilities. But at this point, we still have plenty of space available for campers.
Oh, excellent. So it's kind of a smaller student-to-teacher ratio,
It
I guess
is.
you'd say.
That's a big focus for us.
Well,
Yeah.
excellent. And you mentioned there were two camps, right? The art and theater camp. Now, can you explain, I guess, a little bit about what the art camp kind of focuses on versus the theater? I know it's kind of self-explanatory in some senses,
Right.
but dive a little deeper into the activities that they'll be involved in.
Well, the art camp, they do all different kinds of things between drawing and they'll do some sculpting and they'll do some painting and they make masks and they work with textiles and they work with paper and a lot of different things.
It's really a sampling of different techniques, different arts that are available here.
And anybody and if you come with skills or you come without skills, you can still do and excel with any of the arts. You just bring your piece to what they're working on.
Okay.
So it's for all different ages can take advantage. So it's a lot of fun. And then with the theater camp, we're going to be working with some folks who actually are actors and puppeteers.
Oh, that's awesome.
In the area. So we'll be doing a lot of different things with creating plot and story and doing some performances, creating puppets and doing things like that. So it's going to be a very interesting, an interesting camp this year.
And how it wraps up at the end of the week was phenomenal.
Well, we have, with the art camp, we have an exhibition.
Oh, that's awesome.
So the students do not take, the campers don't take anything home, and the parents come and see the exhibition, the art exhibition, and then we have a Make Your Own Sunday for everybody.
Oh, that's fun.
So, and we do the same thing with theater. We do performances at the end of the week and a Make Your Own Sunday. So everybody gets a chance to meet the counselors and meet the kids. It's a good mixer, and we get to hear about how the kids what the kids like, what they specifically enjoyed, and that helps us.
Oh, that's excellent. Yeah. So I guess what, for people watching, what can they expect a typical day at the camp to kind of consist of?
Well, in the morning, everybody comes in, we do interactive games together, like for an icebreaker. And then they'll move into the activity for the day. They'll be separated into groups and do their activity for the morning. There'll be snacks in the morning, because you do not go hungry in this building. And then they'll finish their morning project and have lunch, and then we do generally have some film shorts, so the kids can relax after they eat, see some really interesting film things, and then move into the activities for the afternoon. Okay. So it's a lot of different, and then by the end of the day, they'll do a cool down activity at the end of the day, and then head home.
So these camps kind of focus on the personalization of your own creativity.
Absolutely.
And there's also a group component to this, though, right?
Absolutely, both, yes. Both are very important.
Especially learning how to create, I guess, in a group setting, because in school, where this carries over to keep those skills, that's so important in this day and age.
Yes.
Well, one of the things that they also focus on, your skill set is very different than mine. And that's the way the campers come in. So they try to pull that particular thing out and reinforce it in a positive way, which helps them through their educational pieces.
One of the counselors this year was a camper. He started out here, and he actually is great at origami. So we had him do an origami workshop.
Oh, that's awesome.
So,
I'm horrible at it.
Yeah, me too. But he was great. So he was able to do that. And some of the kids who have special skills, we can make that. They like this. We do an origami workshop. We had somebody else do something with making a bow tie. So it was a lot of fun. We work with the kids, and it's a lot of fun.
And that's just part of what we do here in the summer. You mentioned workshops. We always have classes. We offered over 200 classes last year throughout the year. But the one thing that we found was during the summer, folks don't want to commit to 6 or 8 weeks of classes. So therefore, we decided this summer we're going to do just snippets and workshops for adults and children. So it could be a 1, 2, or 3 day workshop that happens for adults, and the same thing for the children. And it'll give them, again, a sampling, a taste of what they might want to go forward with in the future. Okay.
Now, do you have your workshop schedule kind of locked down, or?
Yes, as a matter of fact. We
were working through some of them.
Tell us about some of these great courses.
We just happen to have that right here in front of us.
I, of course, need something to do with my summer. So.
Well, we've had a very popular workshop. It's our art and whining workshops, where we actually have...
That's an adult class.
This is a 21 plus.
You sold me, I'm good.
Oh, yeah, but where you come in and we give you a canvas, paints, a small snippet of art history to describe a certain artist, and there's wine and munchies to get your inhibitions gone, to remove your inhibitions, and you paint for 2 hours. And it's wonderful. We have an art teacher here who will help you. You come with your friends. It's a great night out. It's a lot of fun.
That sounds awesome.
We've been doing that. We have it July 9th, and Rothko, who is an abstract artist, is going to be featured, and everybody can do Rothko in their own interpretation. So it's a lot of fun. So it's Rothko and Rosé on July 9th.
Let's just run through a couple of the titles, and you can always go to the website, which will give you some description of the pieces, because there's so many, as well as we're adding more throughout the summer. So these are just a taste of what's coming up.
Okay.
Do you want me?
No, go ahead.
Okay. We're doing a Salute to Summer, which will be a floral design workshop. We're going to be doing a plein air workshop with artist Thomas Bradshaw. We've got...
Are you familiar with that, the plein air
What plein
piece?
air is? I'm sorry.
You're fine.
No, that's it. Plein air is a painting outside.
Okay.
So we're going to be doing a 2-day workshop outside with artist Thomas Bradshaw. Is going to come in and work with students on developing certain colors and doing it at different times of the day in the natural setting.
Okay.
Which is a terrific trend right now.
So you'll be seeing people outside. So we have weaving workshops, workshops in paper mache and felting. We have audition techniques for theater and life. Then for the kids, we also have paper mache, and we have creative kids in the creative kitchen. We're doing your do-it-yourself snacking, and desserts are us. So those are.
Yeah, well, there's a multitude of things to do, it sounds like, at Suffolk Cultural Arts Center this summer.
Yeah. The website will be changing. I have several more that are still in discussion at this point, too.
And now, what is the website, contact information to contact you?
SuffolkCenter.org.
Okay.
And people have been looking at the website, and I apologize, but by the time this is on the air, there will be a plethora of things available for you. So please check the website, because we have brand new classes that we're offering for the kids through our Kids Arts College.
That's excellent. Well, you heard it here first, folks. Between exhibits, galleries, camps, and more, the Suffolk Cultural Arts Center has something for everyone this summer. We're here now at the Birdsong Theater with Miss Jackie Cherry, Executive Director of the Suffolk Cultural Center for the Arts, and Miss Renee Mitchell, the Director and Choreographer of this upcoming wonderful production of 42nd Street. Now, great to have you ladies here.
Thank you.
Now,
Nice to be
talk
here.
to me a little bit about the idea behind doing 42nd Street, knowing such an intensive play that it is, and the process for, just getting it on stage.
Sure. It's a really great question, because it's a show I've always wanted to do.
Okay.
And I've actually waited to do it, because I
Really?
knew that the timing had to be right to do this particular show, because of the dance skills that are involved. And the idea for the show is actually Jackie's vision. She had the idea for us to collaborate, because my studio, RPM Dance, has come into the theater many times and directed shows here, and we love this space. So we've worked together in that capacity.
Absolutely.
And then she had the idea of us maybe doing something together, co-producing something together, and that was just a brilliant idea on her part. So,
well, the center has done several other similar plays, if you would, over the years. And Renee has directed some of those. She's done the choreography on some of those, and the talent is superb. I mean, if you know a little bit about Renee and her background, it's just top drawer. She brings such a skill set. The community is something we've always wanted to continue to do, but you really do have to have a collaborative piece to make it work for both parties. The community wanted it, and I'm so looking forward, because I think this is such a classic piece to do, and it should reach all ages.
Absolutely.
And the talent is phenomenal, and it is a community piece, so it's talent from all of Hampton Roads.
That's great.
Yes. The orchestra, the orchestra itself is phenomenal.
yes.
And everyone's from this region. which
Everyone's
makes it
from this
such a-
region, which is great.
Yeah.
And I was just speaking to the whole idea of just waiting to do 42nd Street. It's a great show for me personally, because with Dancing with the Rockettes for so many years, the style, the Busby Berkeley style, is really what I danced professionally for many years. But I knew that my dancers, and also the dancers in the area, would sort of need to arrive at a place where they were ready to tackle that style.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so once this idea came forth of us doing it, I pitched 42nd Street to Jackie and showed her some footage of choreography that I thought would be really dynamic.
Okay.
And then, we looked at the script together and just thought, wow, this is a great time, a great fit to do this.
And there's
at the
enough
center.
parts for all kinds of talent.
Sure.
So
Okay.
we went through the whole audition process. These folks have been working for months on it. We started almost a year ago.
Oh, wow.
With the beginning. And they've been rehearsing now for 9 months?
Something like
Oh,
that.
wow. So this
yeah.
has been a long
Yes,
process
it's
to
been a
bring
long
this to the
process.
stage.
Yes.
And how hard was it, I guess, finding the right talent for this show?
Well, it was a bit challenging. This type of show requires real triple threats, and we were talking about that terminology earlier. And the tap dancing skills have to be superb to do the
Okay.
show. So that sort of rules out a whole segment of people right there, and it just the
Rules out
tap
me.
dance in certain roles.
Okay.
And that's what's great. What
Yes.
Jackie was talking about is that's only some of the roles, though. There's roles. There are other roles in the show that spotlight some of our great singers in the community and some of our adult talent as well. But for roles like Peggy Sawyer, of course, the story of Peggy Sawyer being a fantastic, talented chorus girl who becomes a star. The talent there, just in terms of dance skills and also having the voice who could pull that off, definitely was a difficult process to find the right person to
Okay.
do something like that. So,
Well, I'm glad you found it.
yeah, me too.
And now we're putting this on, 'cause this is
Yes.
something, as you said, the community really wanted. And just to see this show in action is just an amazing experience.
Yes.
Wait till you see the sets.
I was going to ask about that. Now, how do you go about thinking about what sets you're going to create, and are they made in-house? Do you bring someone in outside? What is that process like?
Well, we are really fortunate, and we talk about the community, that we have some members of the community that really believe in the vision of theater and RPM dance and what's going on at the center, who, for example, we have an engineer, his name is Tim Ketton, and he is just very talented and loves to build things for us. He's built schools and boats and rotating bridges and all kinds of set pieces that we brought to the stage. This year we're also doing some full stage murals by Kinmark, which is a theatrical company that's wonderful with backdrops, where we'll have full scale backdrops of Times Square in the 30s,
Oh, wow.
and the marquee of New York City, as well as the signature drops of Pretty Lady, which is the show that is being produced within
Okay,
42nd
got
Street.
it.
42nd Street is essentially a show within a show. It's a group of people that are putting a show on. So,
And knowing that, how did you come up with the idea for the certain dance sequences? Because there's so many of them.
Right.
How do you attack that
Right.
individually? Because it's mind-boggling to
Yeah.
me how you come up with something
Yeah.
like that.
Well, I think anytime you're doing something artistic, that's any kind of revival or that it's been done, you always want to be true to the style. And so it has definitely involved some research on my part. I have always loved to do original things. So I'm not one to just sit and copy what someone else has done. However, you want to be true to the staging. And there are certain signature pieces. For example, the opening sequence of 42nd Street is very well known. And we're actually doing the original Broadway choreography for the
Oh,
opening
wow.
sequence, just because it's very well known. And that, for example, was the audition. It was the original Broadway choreography of the opening audition sequence. That was the audition, the
That's
tap
what people had to
audition.
come in and
That's
do?
what people had to come in
Oh
and
my
do.
goodness, that's daunting.
Yeah, and it was a bit. But so for something like that, I think that's very well known. In other words, a person has a certain expectation when they're coming to the theater. If they're seeing 42nd Street, you want to have that moment that happens in the Broadway theater where the curtain rises, 2 feet, and all you see is the feet
Yeah.
of tap dancers. And that's how 42nd Street begins. So I think there's certain segments that it's important that it remain intact. But then beyond that, I've added as much creativity as I can while staying within the style.
Well, that's
So-
excellent. And I guess talk a little bit about what are your favorite parts of the show?
Yes.
What did you really enjoy attacking? And what's been your favorite part of the process?
Yes. I think I really enjoy seeing what it brings to the people when they're doing it. You need to have a great piece of work that you're working on. You need to have a great show. And when you do, and you see the dancers and the actors connecting to the material and seeing them go to another level as people and as entertainers because of working on that material, it's just fantastic to see what it brings to them personally to
That's
get to
awesome.
do that. So,
And Frank, this is the finale of our season.
Okay.
We're wrapping up, air season begins in October and generally ends in May.
Okay.
But this year we've extended several weeks, and the first weekend is Saturday, Sunday, the weekend of the 12th. And then the second weekend is the 21st, and we have a Saturday show at 8 o'clock in the evening, and then a Sunday matinee. So there's opportunities for everybody to come out. They can't miss this one.
Yeah,
they
no,
just
absolutely
can't miss
not.
it.
Now, how do they go about getting tickets, I guess, or getting in touch with someone to get these tickets? 'Cause
Absolutely.
they're going to be...
You can go online always at our website, which is suffolkcenter.org, or they can come in to our box office, which is open Tuesday through Friday from 9 to 5.
Okay.
And of course, they can always just give us a call.
Okay, that's excellent. Well, thank you so much for
Yes,
sitting here and
thank you.
discussing 42nd Street. You heard it definitely here, from the opening sequence to the end. What a fabulous show the Suffolk Cultural Arts Center has planned with 42nd Street. I know I've certainly got my tickets. You better call now to get yours. We're here now with Hannah Markley, who plays Peggy Sawyer in the Suffolk Cultural Arts Center production of 42nd Street. Hannah, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, thank you. Now, you play Peggy Sawyer. Now, how did you kind of prepare for the role? How did you find out about the role? Let's take it first. How did you prepare for Peggy Sawyer?
Well, I mean, I've been tapping since I was 6, so over the years, Mr. Renee has helped me build my technique and my sense of rhythm with tap. And I just, every time I had class in the studio, I would just try to work hard on getting down those simple movements to make the more complex movements of the role.
Absolutely, that's excellent. Now, how did you find out about this production, and what was the audition process like?
I found out at my studio because I dance at my RPM.
Yeah.
I take classes there. She announces it in October or November, and we have time to prepare a singing piece. And this year, we auditioned a little bit further with live piano to see our dancing skills with it.
Oh, wow, okay.
So I practiced a lot with my music and I took voice lessons with her to help my voice. And yeah, I just practiced a lot.
And you've been dancing for a long time, right?
Yes.
Since you were about how old?
6.
Wow, and there's a lot of dancing in this show, am I wrong?
A lot, yes.
Yeah, there's a
a
lot,
lot of
yeah.
productions of the dance.
So there's
yeah.
a lot of tap dancing, a lot of movement. What I guess is the hardest part about you doing this role?
The hardest part is the stamina, especially in one of the numbers, because you have to build up your stamina for dancing for long periods of time and keeping your voice prepared to sing.
My goodness, I could never do that.
So.
Now, what's been the the best aspect to playing Peggy Sawyer?
I love the character. She's very bright and optimistic, and that's kind of my personality. So, and I love tap, so
Okay.
that's just...
So this kind of brings together everything in one role, the dancing, the tap dancing, and this great character that you get to play that's been around forever. I think the line is, go out there a youngster, come back a star, right?
Yep,
Isn't that
yep.
the big line of the show?
That's it,
And
yeah.
you certainly look poised to do that. So, well, Hannah Markley, it was good meeting you, and good luck in the show.
Thank you.
Thank you. You heard it here. The production of 42nd Street, Suffolk Cultural Arts Center. Definitely go see it. It's going to be a good one.
We're